Hey there, TikTakers! How many Disney movies and shows have you ever watched in your life? Probably many, which is why a lot of you might be familiar with a renowned artist of your generation who jumped to fame thanks to the biggest entertainment company in the entire world. In general, the fame they experienced or keep experiencing came to them when they were pretty young. And in most cases, so much fame has led those young artists to rebel against everything and even experience several health problems. Who knows if any person can ever be fully prepared to be recognized and loved by people from all over the world? But we are sure that if it happens when you're just a little kid, you'll be even less prepared. If you start thinking about examples of Disney's broken toys, so to speak, many might come to mind. A lot of those young artists managed to rebuild their lives and solve all their issues, but have also spent years suffering the consequences of overwhelming fame at the wrong time. For instance, in recent years, many are talking about Britney Spears, who was a Disney star in the 90s. At the time, she coincided with Christina Aguilera presenting the Mickey Mouse Club. Over time, Britney ended up developing many mental health issues which led her to be interned in several psychiatric centers. And as you may know, this led to her father obtaining her full tutelage more than 13 years ago. Right now, Britney is 39 years old and she keeps fighting to recover her freedom. In several interviews, she has declared that she has no control over her life and decisions, which has caused her many disorders and traumas. One case which attracted a lot of media attention was that of Lindsay Lohan. Have you ever watched the movie The Parent Trap? It was an absolute hit in 1998 and later years. In this movie, Lindsay was just a little girl, but it marked the beginning of her meteoric rise to fame. It was too much for her, and she ended up in the news many times due to scandals related to her addictions and her excessive social life. This all led to Lindsay having to go to rehab several times. She was also involved in legal issues that led to her getting arrested. Nowadays, she seems to be much more calm and moderate TikTakers and has even talked about eventually performing professionally again. Over time, these Disney stars have acknowledged publicly the problems they have experienced due to fame, and some have even shared their experiences through multimedia projects. That is the case of Demi Lovato, who shared with the world the worst years of her life in a documentary titled Dancing with the Devil. She jumped to fame due to being a partner of the Jonas Brothers in Camp Rock, and since then she has always been under the media spotlight. And the consequences were terrible to TikTakers, especially since she has been on the brink of death. Rehab centers, psychiatric hospitals, lifelong after effects. But fortunately, she managed to overcome her issues, and it seems that through this documentary, she wanted to share with the world a message of yes, you can do it. Now let's take a look at another huge Disney star TikTakers, Selena Gomez. She started when she was just 7 years old and grew up with Disney products all around her. As she grew up, she wanted to disassociate herself from her good and pure girl image, just like Miley Cyrus did. Selena did great. She was extremely successful and achieved milestones such as being the first person to reach 100 million followers on Instagram. However, all of that didn't give her happiness. Her chaotic relationship with Justin Bieber and many bad habits also led her to end up in rehab clinics as well as developing anxiety, depression, among other disorders. And don't think that these fame problems only happen to girls TikTakers. Those women have definitely experienced a lot of success, but also suffered stronger consequences as a result. And this is true for guys as well, just like it happened to Zac Efron. He became famous after High School Musical, leading him to fall into many different addictions. There are so many more examples we could share here and make this video hours long, but we think you get the idea. The point of this video is not to blame anybody, but to help us learn from other people's experiences. As we always say, taking good care of your mental health is extremely important. And that includes making decisions that will lead us towards a good path. Moreover, learning about those experiences can also help us realize that even though we might admire certain people a lot, they still have their fair share of issues to deal with. Nobody is perfect, TikTakers, and that is perfectly fine. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!